Welcome to Notebook. In this video lesson, we shall be discussing the chapter Legislature. We shall discuss the importance of legislature, types of legislature, houses of parliament on central level, state legislative assembly, and lastly, powers of two houses of parliament, that is, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So, let's begin with it. The term legislature means a place for lawmaking. Thus, the legislature is that organ of government which passes the laws of government. It is the assembly of elected representative of the people. It represents the national opinion and power of the people. Thus, legislature is considered a crucial part of Indian government. Friends, let's move on to our next concept, types of legislature. There are two types of legislatures. They are unicameral legislature and bicameral legislature. Unicameral legislature, a legislature with one single house or chamber, is known as unicameral legislature. Bicameral legislature, a legislature with two houses or chambers, is known as a bicameral legislature. Here, there are 2 points to be considered. The first point is that in India, there are 29 states and 8 union territories. Each state has a legislative assembly. A state that has one house is known as the state legislative or Vidhan Sabha in a unicameral state. On the other hand, a state that has two houses, that is, State Legislative Assembly and the State Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad, is known as a bicameral state. India has 6 states with bicameral legislatures. They are Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Telangana. The second point to be considered is that the Parliament of India is the supreme legislative body of the Republic of India. It is a bicameral legislature composed of the President of India and the two houses, the Lok Sabha or the House of the People and Rajya Sabha, the Council of States. Friends, now let's understand that why our constitution adopted the bicameral legislature. The reasons are India, a country with a large size and diversity, preferred to have two houses to give representation to all sections in their society. The second reason is to give representation to all geographical regions or parts of the country. A bicameral legislature enables to reconsider every decision that is taken. Every decision taken by one house goes to the other house for consideration. This ensures a double check on every matter. On the national level or in Indian Parliament, there are two houses of legislature. 1. Lok Sabha. 2. Rajya Sabha. The Lok Sabha is also known as the lower house of Parliament. The Lok Sabha consists of 545 members. There are 543 members that are directly elected by the people and 2 are nominated by the President. They are elected for 5 years. The Lok Sabha can be dissolved if no party or coalition can form the government or if the Prime Minister advises the President to dissolve Lok Sabha and hold fresh elections. Rajya Sabha is also known as the upper house of Parliament. Rajya Sabha has a maximum strength of 250 members. The elected member of the State Legislative Assembly elect the members of the Rajya Sabha, in which 12 are nominated by the President. These nominations are made from among those who made their mark in the fields of literature, science, art, and social service. All members of the Rajya Sabha do not complete their terms at the same time. Every 2 years, 1/3 members of the Rajya Sabha complete their term and elections are held for that 1/3 of seats. Thus, Rajya Sabha is never fully dissolved. Therefore, it is called Permanent House of Parliament. It is beneficial in a way as when Lok Sabha is fully dissolved and the elections are yet to take place, the meeting of the Rajya Sabha can be called and urgent business can be conducted. Now, let's move to our next topic, powers of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Let's first talk about Lok Sabha. The first power of the Lok Sabha is that it can make laws on the subjects that are included in the Union list and concurrent list. Secondly, the Lok Sabha has the power to introduce both money and non-money bills. It approves proposals for taxations, budgets, and financial statements. Thirdly, it controls the executive by asking questions, supplementary questions, and resolutions. Fourthly, it can also pass a no confidence motion. Lastly, it has the power to amend the Constitution. Now, let's talk about powers of Rajya Sabha. Firstly, Rajya Sabha can consider and approve non-money bills, but in the case of a money bill, it can only recommend changes, but it has no authority to reject it. The Rajya Sabha cannot initiate, reject, or amend money bills. In case of dissatisfaction, it can hold the bill for 14 days, but then it has to be passed on to the Lok Sabha. Secondly, it can exercise control over executive by asking questions, introducing motions, and resolutions. Thirdly, it can participate in the election and removal of the President, Vice President, judges of the Supreme Court, and the High Court. It can alone initiate the procedure for removal of the Vice President. Fourthly, it approves constitutional amendments. The Rajya Sabha has special powers. If the Union Parliament wishes to remove a matter from the state list to either the Union list or the concurrent list, in the interest of the nation, then the approval of the Rajya Sabha is necessary. Friends, do you know the Council of Ministers is responsible to Lok Sabha and not the Rajya Sabha? The Rajya Sabha is given less power than the Lok Sabha because the Rajya Sabha is elected by MLAs and not directly by the people. But in a democratic country, the common people are the final authority. Thus, the representatives who are directly elected by the people have the crucial power of removing the government and controlling the finance. With that, we come to the end of the first part of our discussion on this chapter. We shall continue with the second part in our next video. Hope you have enjoyed the session. See you in our next session. Goodbye.